welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another series review. Today we're taking a look at Captain Lazerhawk, Blood Dragon Remix. This is a new Netflix series, 6 episodes at 25 minutes each. That gives it a runtime of 120 minutes, which is the normal length of a movie. So you could probably smash this out all in one go if you really wanted to, and I think it is a pretty good series. I think it was quite a rushed ending, but I will give it what it deserves, and it is really cool. It does remind me of The Amazing World of Gumball, but we'll get into that more towards the end of the review, because right now I do want to just go over like the state of Netflix and the ads that are in it and what it is trying to become. I'm not a fan of the ads. The ads are very off-putting. I don't like the idea of ads and having to pay extra to remove the ads. But anyway, that's just a minor nitpick. Let's get into the show itself. So, Captain Lazerhawk Blood Dragon Remix is a technology ruled by propaganda and corruption. Super Soldier Dolph Lazerhawk leads a team of rebel outcasts on risky undercover missions to survive. So this starts out with Captain Lazerhawk with his boyfriend going in to stop this government, try and steal a weapon. However, his partner betrays him and basically hands him over to the police for some extra cash. And then it turns into Suicide Squad. We have a bunch of random misfits, all with explosives in their neck, being told to go rob this villain of the week. And they go and rob him, they go do the heist, and we have them all getting captured. They fuck up the plan, they all get captured by this bad guy, and this bad guy is actually dating Captain Lazerhawk's ex-boyfriend, the one that turned him over. So they're now in a relationship, and then he kills the girl, and then it sends the big muscle one into like this hellscape, this like rage mode, and then they get free, because they sacrifice another person to like explode the sort of cuffs and their sort of binds and restraints. So they all escape and they get out and they go back to the boss. The boss sends them on another mission hoping that they don't fuck up, and it's like this wrestling ring, and they drop these sort of like gas mask type things, and this gas or this sort of like technology that they're putting on their eyes with their glasses makes them see the anthropomorphic characters, like the more animal-based characters, as devils, as hellspawn, and all the humans start killing them, and that's trouble, which does lead to the muscle getting killed, and then Bullfrog getting caught by the police and put on trial. Rayman then loses his job because he lashes out at Red, the Red Power Ranger out of the Power Ranger group that's trying to hunt down Captain Lazerhawk, because he calls them video game characters and he's very racist towards them. So Ant-Man gets angry, they put him on suspension and they replace him. So the High Council replaced Rayman. So he starts taking drugs and he goes to see Bullfrog, and when he sees Bullfrog, he gets inspiration and he goes back to kill the council, and that's pretty much the end of Rayman's story. He kills the council. Then Captain Lazerhawk goes on this adventure with the captain. They both turn humanoid, or very humanoid pixelated, and that's because they were abandoned in the desert, and this guy found them, which the captain father used to work for, or work with, to bring down the government, and they then both break out of that system, and the girl starts attacking him and then asking him to join her cause to stop the government, but then Captain Lazerhawk wakes up in the desert being surrounded by the government and the Power Rangers, and he lets loose, he kills them all, comes back to their base to take on this government lady, the leader, and then kaboom, he blows himself up, and then that's where it ends. What a waste of a series. I thought that was a very underwhelming ending. I thought that was very, like, contradicting of the story. I felt like it was a very useless story, like, with all the characters dying all the way through it. It was the same with Akamega Kill, but Akamega Kill had a really good story to it and really good sort of consequences to the death, consequences to their actions. This just sort of felt like it's gone full circle and ended where it started, with nothing really happening throughout it. We just got introduced to these characters, they gradually got picked off, they died, and that was the end of series. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Again, I did just do a quick summary of the story, but I felt like the story was very lackluster in like general and very convoluted. I felt like they were trying to do too much at once, and it got really like quick, fast paced. They skipped over some stuff, and I thought it was quite very underwhelming for everything that happened. I didn't really get time to get into any of the characters. Again, with it only being an hour and a half, I feel like they tried to fill in way too much. The animation style reminded me of The Amazing World of Gumball, with like majority of characters having different animation styles and different sort of character designs as well. They also left so many mysteries and so many like sort of plot holes and stuff that they showed us but then didn't really elaborate on. Like there was big alien raving rabbits from the Rayman world coming through and like destroying the city as kaijus for like 5 seconds, and then they were killed and gone, and no one really never picked up on that ever again. Like there was big raving rabbits destroying the city, dealt with in 5 seconds, and it was never brought up again. No one ever talked about it again. Like I was sat there like, when the fuck are the raving rabbits going to come back? What was that portal? Where did they go? Where did they come from? What the fuck? Like raving rabbits don't look like that normally. And if Rayman looks normal, why don't they? What happened to them? What's wrong with them? And Bullfrog, like, could they not afford the rights to Assassin's Creed in general? Did they have to make him a frog for whatever reason? I don't know. Why was he a frog? We also have Watch Dogs in here as well, so it's a very like Ubisoft sort of world with sort of Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Rayman, all these cool gaming properties, but they wasn't used to like the best of their ability. Rayman was a news anchor that took drugs, and I thought he was the best used character. The Bullfrog wasn't that useful. He was sort of the comic relief character, and again, wasn't used to his full assassin potential. And then we had Watchdog symbols everywhere for like the spies and people going against the government. Again, the symbols were there, but nothing was really done with it. I just feel like it was a very wasted potential series. It could have been really good, and I was very hyped for this. I was very excited for this series. I thought a lot could come from it, especially with the characters, but then nothing really happened with it, and it sort of ended where it starts. And I'm all for a full circle story where it ends where it starts, but I felt like ending it exactly where it starts, exactly how, nothing changed throughout the whole series. It looked like stuff was starting to change, and looked like stuff was getting better, and looked like stuff was developing and going somewhere, until they all died at the end, and then it sort of went full circle, and it's just the world as it is at the start again. Sure, Rayman killed the sort of leaders of the world, the sort of heads of the government, but again, what consequences will that have? We never got shown it, and the main character's dead. I don't know if we're getting a season 2. Nothing like that has been confirmed, but how do you have a Captain Lazerhawk show without your main character, because you killed him off at the end? So again, there's still mysteries and stuff that happened that could be explored more, but I felt like they just left it all to the end and was just like, you know what, fuck it, we're done. This is our quarter of 6 episodes, this is all we could fit in. What the fuck? The voice acting was meh. There wasn't really much voice acting. We had the gritty character of what's his name called again? Captain Lazerhawk. Yes, the gritty character who had no emotion throughout the whole series except for anger and sarcasticness. He was just very sarcastic character, very edgy. Nothing really needed for emotion-wise there. We had Bullfrog, the comic relief. He was a decent voice actor. I liked Bullfrog. But the other characters, again, they all just seemed kind of one note and didn't really have much emotion to them. They all had a stereotype emotion, and that was it. That's all they had. So we had angry, greedy, sort of angsty, and that was about it. That's all we really got from voice acting and character development for our characters here. Especially when you kill them off so early and stuff like that. It just sort of feels very underwhelming. Animation style, on point. I love the animation style. I love the character designs. I think it's all really cool and unique. But, again, you can't just have good animation style and good characters designs to carry the series. You need something more from that. You need, a good story. And I can understand if you have a good story but shitty animation, that's fine. But good animation with a shit story, that is not okay. It doesn't work both ways. You have one good way and then one shitty way. But yeah, that's my whole sort of experience with Cyberpunk. not cyberpunk. That's what it reminded me of. That's what I went into this expecting. Like, I expected like a cyberpunk world, something really cool, like a video game mixed with real life sort of tie-in and stuff like that. The action was really good. I really liked the action. I really liked the fight sequences. They were animated beautifully. All the colors, the purples, the different hues, and the vaporwave design looked really interesting and really cool. I liked the technology that they had with the sort of flying cars, the upside down roads. It really did feel like a video game world, and it had really nice world building. Like, looking around into the distance, you saw loads of people, civilians, animal hybrids mixed in there. It had really good world building, but that's all it had going for it. It had good designs, good visuals, nothing else. It was a very empty series. It felt soulless. And I feel awful for shitting on it this much, because I had very high hopes for this, and my hopes were crushed. I found myself playing on my phone a lot whilst watching this. I was struggling to focus on it because I'm like, this is boring, this is draining. I kept checking to when the episode was going to finish. I kept flicking up on the controller being like, right, how long's left? How long do I have until I can go do something else? And I feel very awful for doing that. I know people work hard on animation and stuff like that. People work really hard on shows like these, especially for Netflix, but it just wasn't one of those that hit. It was a very big miss of a show, and that's how I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so I am going to give it a 4 out of 10. That's what I think it deserves. Less than half, and I'm sorry about that, but animation does not carry everything. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.